The third part of the requirements here is to talk about some career inventories. So you're going to create a section, an assignment called Assessment of Career Inventories. And you're going to look at the pros and cons of at least 3 career assessment inventories. And the first 2 are going to be kind of predetermined for you. You're going to focus for the first one on the CAPS, the COPS, and the COPS. And you'll find out what those mean as you progress through the course. But those 3 assessment tools will help people kind of get a sense of where they need to go in terms of career aspirations, career goals, and that sort of thing. So you're going to look at that set of tests, which is kind of a combined inventory. And you're going to look at the pros and cons of that test, that set of tests, I should say. And really, 1 page, typed, double-spaced is fine. The second inventory that you'll be required to look at the pros and cons again is the self-directed search inventory. And those are instruments that we have on campus in our testing closet that you'll be able to access, look at the actual tests. And so those are the two main ones that I want you to look at the pros and cons. The third one can be a career assessment tool of your choice. You kind of look on the internet and do a little search and see, what information you can find out in terms of inventories out there, and pick one that has some interest to you. And again, look at the pros and cons. So I'm looking at about 3 pages of 3 different inventories, career assessment inventories that you can kind of critique. Look at strengths, weaknesses, pros, cons, that sort of thing. That'll be worth 10% of the overall grade. So we have the reaction chapter summaries, 30% of the grade, the art project, 10% of the overall grade, and then looking at 3 inventories, that's another 10% of the grade. There's also a career assessment report that I'm going to ask you to do. You're going to actually self-administer the CAPS, the COPS, and the COPS to yourself, and basically compose a report, looking at your life history, looking at the test results, and look at your current career goals, see if things kind of line up for you. Did the test do a good job measuring what it was supposed to measure, which is career goals and aspirations, that sort of thing, strengths, weaknesses for certain careers, and that sort of thing. Did it do a good job? So I'll talk a little bit more about that in another video segment, but that'll be worth 25% of the overall grade. The final thing is what we call the proprietary visit. Proprietary visit. So you're going to go out and you're going to pick on some sort of vocational school, maybe a barber school, or people who cut hair, learn how to do that well, men, women, whatever. Find a school and get some information from someone at that school. Or it could be a variety of different schools that you could kind of pick on, or organizations that you can pick on. Dog training, grooming, acupuncture, paramedic school, paralegal, secretarial schools. Things that are not university designed careers, but more vocationally designed careers. Even military recruiters, you could find a recruiting office, go in and get some information on what they offer. Hope I don't lose you in the process, but anyway, just kidding. So you're going to try to find out as much as you can about the program, how long is the program, the cost of the program, you know, employment possibilities, you know, just again, as much information as possible. And in the syllabus, it kind of goes through some more ideas in terms of information that you need to obtain when you go and you kind of visit this place and you ask the person who is there to answer questions about the program. When you get a chance to sit down with that person, get as much information as you possibly can, and do a brief write-up of that process. And again, it doesn't have to be long. It can be very, very short. So, you know, that's going to be worth about 25% of the overall grade. That just hopefully just creates a little more awareness, insight for you, so that you can help students who may not be cut out for college or university programs. They may need information on vocational, more vocational related careers that don't require a college or university degree. So the reaction papers are 30%. The art project is 10%. The assessment of career inventories, where you're looking at 3 career assessment inventories, that's worth 10%. The career assessment report is worth 25% of the overall grade, and the proprietary visit is worth 25% of the overall grade. So pick a place that might even have some interest to you. You know, you're curious, just naturally curious about it, or maybe you have a friend or a relative who, you know, has expressed some interest in that particular vocational career, and so you check it out. Okay. All right. So that kind of gives you an introduction to the course, and go over the syllabus carefully. It really outlines in very good detail these requirements that I briefly spoke about. And again, welcome. I hope you get something out of this process. I tried to design it so it wouldn't be too overtaxing for you. Thank you for joining the class, and again, welcome.